Hey guys, welcome to this recap of day 120 of New Zealand's biggest gap year, where a couple of years ago, Robin and I did an epic adventure around New Zealand doing 365 days of 365 activities. It was a pretty awesome year, and it doesn't get more awesome than doing a skydive in Franz Josef, which is what today's video is all about. And at the end of the video, I'll be going through your comments from the first time that we published the video, so stick around till the end. This morning we are doing the highest skydive in New Zealand, and I am totally stoked about it, but let's check in with Robin to see how he feels.
Feeling alright. I'm feeling a bit stupid for doing that. I think the airplane is, sound and safe.
Funnily enough, after a quick check-in and boarding onto the shuttle that brings us to the airport, Laura is the one that starts stressing.
The anticipation is growing.
After a very short drive toward the Skydive Franz airport, we are greeted by the lovely Krista that is walking us through what is going to happen to us today. And the first thing that we have to do is to jump into some very sexy jumpsuits. While we were suiting up, Krista had prepared for us some really cool harnesses. I mean, honestly, this is the best fashion statement I have made in this entire trip, and she's making sure that I am fashionable enough, making sure that all my packages are well tucked in and well tight, so I'm safe flying up.
I'm just a tiny bit nervous, but I'm more stoked than anything, so...
Robin.
How you doing, man? I'm feeling pretty awesome. No. I took the helicopter yesterday and we landed on the glacier. I just can't wait to see it from way higher and see what's behind the glacier as well. We're going 19,000 feet. That's the highest skydive in New Zealand.
Not even just New Zealand, highest in the Southern Hemisphere. Even.
What?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you see, you learn every day.
Sweet.
Judging by Robin's jokes being a little bit better than usual, I'd say he is stressing as we are getting closer to departure. This is it. There is no turning back now. The only way to get out of this plane is to jump from it. So here we go. The flight is a lot different, I have to say, than when we arrived in a plane to New Zealand. It is a lot smaller. We are sat on these little benches in the middle of the plane. It's a very intimate experience, shall we say.
The plane is rocking from side to side and everything is shaking inside this very tiny plane. It's a tension builder like I've never seen before.
We're about to jump on the top of the biggest glaciers of New Zealand. How epic is that?
The views are amazing. You can see all the way up to the Tasman Sea. Braided rivers behind me. So cool.
Although the flight is over 25 minutes long, we actually have a lot to entertain ourselves and take our mind off the fact that we are soon about to jump out of that freaking plane. So we are looking at the snowy peak of the Southern Alps. It's an amazing spectacle, and despite the fact that we are super stressed, we are in awe.
So I've got one important question for you.
Yes.
You see that guy behind you?
Yes.
Do you trust him?
He's my new lover.
As we are ascending higher and higher, inching ever closer to our jump altitude, we are getting some amazing views of Mount Cook, which is the highest mountain in New Zealand, and the glaciers from a bird's eye perspective. And it turns out I am about to get a closer look at those glaciers right about now.
And within seconds of the door opening, I see Laura disappear in the emptiness. I have no idea what's happening to her right now. I'm just left alone in the plane.
My senses are in complete overload right here. I've got the wind pushing up against me, making my face look like a duck, and I can just hear the wind crashing against my ears, and just really, I'm trying to make sense of what is happening here. It's such a surreal feeling. It feels like an eternity until Ian, my tandem master, pulls the cord and we are whooshed back up into the sky.
So while Laura is enjoying a lovely little glide above the glaciers, I am left by myself in the plane. I chose to jump at 19,000 feet, which is a crazy height. Laura only jumped at 15,000 feet. I'm left Laura-less, no one to joke with, aside from my tandem master and the cameraman, which are about to do their job, i.e. throwing me out of this plane. I am so stressed right now, and then dangle me outside the plane for a wee while so I can take in the view, but I just want to jump right now so the adrenaline gets rid of my fear. For the first few seconds right outside the plane, I can barely breathe. I try to make sense of what the hell is happening to me, but I can't even comprehend what is going on right now. My tandem master Henry told me that I could do a couple of poses that would be quite fun, so I'm going for a Superman pose. I'm also trying to swim in the air. It's absolutely hilarious. I feel like I'm just being an idiot in the middle of the air. It's crazy. I'm just flying by myself, playing around the cameraman. The feeling is absolutely amazing. I am in a glorious state of mind right now. I'm taking in everything that I can while just feeling completely overwhelmed by the elements. It's almost indescribable. And by the way, I'm also getting the highest high five I've ever done in my life. That is a real high five. So while I'm flying through the air over 200 kilometers an hour, the airbag is about to pop in. Henry pulls on the cord and I am flying back up in the air. It feels like I just hit a rock wall. And then after it's on for a really lovely glide, and I can even get a glimpse of Laura all the way down there.
So I just jumped over the amazing Franz Josef Glacier at Mount Cook, and the views are absolutely incredible. And I felt like I was flying. That was insane. Absolutely loved it.
With the video packages that we got, we get lots of opportunity to just have a blast with the camera, do a few loops while we're swooshing and whooshing down from the air. As we're coming in for landing, Ian is telling me what I need to do with my legs, and somehow I end up landing on my ass, but at this point I really don't care. I've just had an absolutely amazing time skydiving in Franz Josef.
This is the highest skydiving in New Zealand, above the biggest glacier of the country. How better does it get?
From below, I now get the fun opportunity to watch Robin parachuting down towards the ground, which, to be honest, he seems to be going a lot faster than we did.
Henry is heaps of fun to fly with. He's helping me maneuver the parachute and giving me a lot of tips on how it is to actually fly on your own. He's even maneuvering us really close to the plane. It's really an incredible feeling to be flying amongst the plane. From up there I can see Laura below wearing the bright red jumpsuit that I'm aiming for her for my landing. So I am targeting Laura right here and I am landing right on my bum. That is not really a classy one, and I guarantee that's gonna leave a mark. Just time for a quick classic exit interview though.
It was epic. That's the longest free fall I've ever done in my life. And I just can't wait to do it again. We're doing it again, right?
So I just jumped over the amazing Franz Josef Glacier and the Southern Alps and saw the amazing snowy mountains while falling at a crazy speed. So I'm buzzing right now, like I feel so dizzy and crazy, and oh my god, it was amazing.
The only way to calm down from such a high thrill is to actually get some booze. So we are heading to the most popular bar of the Franz Josef settlement, which is Monsoon Bar and Restaurant, for their all-you-can-eat pizza evening. That's pretty awesome.
And we are taking the time to mingle with our fellow backpackers that are also staying in the rainforest retreat, and we're telling them about the awesome experience we just had skydiving over Franz Josef Glacier. That is a story always best told with pizza and beer.
So before we go, do you have anything to say to friends and family or anyone watching?
Well, you know where the videos are, you know where the hard drive are, so if I'm not making it back, just turn my life into a movie.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and how crazy and epic it was, and you guys did have a lot of comments on this video, but interestingly enough, a lot of comments on how it made you rethink whether you wanted to jump or not. So for instance, we had Catherine Kian saying, "Thanks for uploading your experience. After watching the video, I now should rethink whether to jump or not." Obviously we had a positive experience with skydiving, but maybe it's a pretty scary and it's not for everyone. We also had Scotia's Place saying, "Amazing, but I won't be falling in your footsteps." Fair enough. And Ruth saying, "Awesome, I could never do this myself though." Alright. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be a pretty an adrenaline junkie really to go free falling from 20,000 feet or 19,000. Just so you guys know, since this first time this video was uploaded a couple of years ago, some of the heights that you can actually skydive from have changed. So it was 19,000 feet with Skydive Franz Josef, but I think you can now go up to 20,000 feet, which is pretty epic. That's really high. And yeah, and that's also the case for other skydives around the country. They've all sort of amped up their highest free-falling height, so you can go even higher now, which is pretty cool. And also, one last question or comment. We got one from Rebecca saying, what time of day did you guys go? It looks awesome. We actually did the first skydives of the day, so we went early morning, and we found that a really good time to go because that's usually when the weather's a little bit clearer and calmer. Usually throughout the afternoon, you know, the wind picks up, clouds come in, that sort of thing. So we found the morning was a really good time to do it, and it was super quiet as well. Just a few other people skydiving with us. So yeah, definitely would recommend doing this skydive in the morning. Alright guys, I hope you found that video useful. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We upload videos very regularly, and also we do our live Q&A session on a Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. So if you do have any of your own New Zealand travel questions, make sure to pop into our live session and we'll answer them straight away for you. Alright guys, see you on the next video.